What's happening? Back at it again. And today we are going to be covering how to get text messages sent over to your phone, kind of like you would forward a call, but forwarding your text messages. If you are familiar with the world of telecom, then you realize that text messages cannot be forwarded over like a phone call does. They go over different wavelengths in the network, if you would. One's over a data connection, the other one's over a voice signal. And so you can't really do it the same way. So here's a workaround on how to do that. Now, I want to show you on the back end real quick in DU what it looks like when you got a number connected, because you might have a number connected in DU as a designated phone number for your business or to route calls to if you're doing bookings, etc. Okay. And on the back end, if you go to settings and phone numbers, you'll see your phone numbers that you got hooked up. If you don't have one, you need one, you can also go through that. And I actually have another walkthrough tutorial that I put in here about setting up a phone number. You can watch that one as well. But in this example, you can see I already have a phone number connected right here. And this is what I have it dubbed, right? Health Solutions. If you go to here and edit configuration, you can see that you can forward this call to a particular phone number. So let's say you want to forward it to your cell phone. Okay. You can forward it to your cell phone, and this is where you would put the number on, etc. You could also assign these numbers to a particular staff member within the settings of your staff as well. Okay. But as you can see, this number, here's the name for it. Just remember that because that'll be important here in a second. You'll see that particular phone number, and I don't have it set up to forward to a number for calls, but if I was using this, that's what I would be doing with this number here. Okay. But in this example, you want to be able to also do the text messages. So if somebody's texting this number, you want to be able to get those to your cell phone, let's say. All right. Now, backing up 2 seconds, you can also have the Lead Connector app on your phone and you can get your text messages there too. But for those of you that like to be able to just do messaging or see the messages on your phone, etc., here's the workaround for that. Okay. So we're going to actually create a workaround for this via a workflow. Now, in your automation section here, we're going to go to create workflow, start from scratch. And from here, you're going to add a trigger. Okay. This trigger is basically going to say, hey, when somebody texts this number, I want you to do something. So in this case, we're going to do customer replied. Okay. Customer replied is the workflow. We're going to add a filter here, and we need to figure out, okay, where they're replying to. So in this case, we're going to scroll down here, and reply channel is going to be text messages or SMS. Okay. Now, if you have more than one number here, this is where this next step is kind of important, because right now there's only one number connected to this account. So it would be whatever number. But if you had multiple numbers for multiple staff members, etc., then you'd want to filter it down even further. And you can use this filter to say info number and then pick the designated number. In this case, it's this one. Okay. So once you have your customer replied workflow with the proper channel here and the proper number, go ahead and save that trigger. And we're going to add an action now. Okay. So what's going to happen when somebody replies to that number? Okay. Well, we're going to send an internal notification. Okay. This internal notification, you can do it a couple different ways, but let's say in this example, it's going to be text messages. And we want to send it to a particular user. You can send it to everybody in the account, or you can send it to a particular person. In this case, I'm going to say, we'll forward this to me. Okay. So that's going to go to me. All right. And want to scroll down here a little further. If you had a template in place for all this kind of stuff, you could create a template too. I won't get into that right now, but we'll make this really simple. And so in the body of the message here, we just want whatever message is in the text body of that original text to be forwarded over to us. Okay. So you're going to use a custom value for that. So if you just click on this, go to message right here, and then message body. Okay. That's it. Save that action. Save that. Obviously, you want to publish this when you're ready to fire that off, and away you go. That's it. It's that simple. Okay. So let me back up and run through it really quickly one more time so you can see what this looks like here. Okay. So we are going to go to automations. You're going to create a workflow. We're going to do one from scratch. Okay. I'm going to go back into the one I already created here. Maybe I didn't save it. Did I save it? I did save it. It's right here. Okay. And in that new workflow, I'm going to name it. Okay. So that trigger that we chose was customer replied. We determined that the channel was text messages, and the phone number was going to be this specific one. As you remember, I had it named that in my phone settings. Okay. You choose whatever number it is. Save that trigger. Next step is going to be an internal notification. You're going to choose SMS. You could choose whether you want to assign it to a particular person or all users, etc. Choose the person, and then you can use a custom value here, right, under message, and choose message body in order to get that body of the message into your message, if that makes sense. All right, save that, make sure you publish it, and you are off to the races. It's as simple as that. All right. So if you were in the process of figuring out, hey, how can I get my text messages that are sent to that particular work number, designated number, forwarded over to me, there's your workaround for that. All right. Hope you found that useful and beneficial. Hope this finds you having a wonderful day, and we will catch you on the next